Spud's going to explain Brexit for us because there are lots of our magnificent listeners who are wondering what England's exit from the EU means globally and for the markets and also for trade relations around the world and
just life in general.
And life in general
and
the movement of people around.
How do you say it?
Brexit.
And what is it?
It's the fact that England are no longer in the EU. They've voted themselves out of it. Arguably the most significant political movement in maybe the last decade. And the impact has been extraordinary. The global financial markets have crashed. A Prime Minister's had to resign. And we want you to explain what all of this means to the Triple M family.
Well, I had no idea what it meant till about an hour ago. And
What do you mean?
No, I've done a bit of homework on it.
Oh, right.
Brexit refers to Britain exiting the European Union.
Thank you, Spud.
So that's...
so it's not part of the Vitabrits brand.
But I got exactly, Brian. He thought it was a breakfast cereal, but I'd better be careful because Donald Trump, he arrived in Scotland and he tweeted, just arrived in Scotland, places going wild over the vote. They took their country back. Now, Donny got it completely wrong, Brian, the man with the big sweep.
Why?
Scotland wanted to stay in. He thought Scotland wanted to get out.
Right.
So he has copped it left, right and centre, old Donny. So I'm going to...
What's happened to the pound?
That's not explaining.
No, I know that.
What's
I've
that got to do with it?
What's going on with the pound over there?
No, the pound's been absolutely smashed, Brian.
Not just a tweet for Donald Trump.
What are you doing?
What I'm doing now is...
you just keep hitting text on your phone.
What happened was Boris Johnson, who's the ex-Lord Mayor, who will take over as Prime Minister, he's got a fair...
Well, not
Boris
guaranteed.
Johnson,
Not guaranteed.
He'll get it.
Okay. Yes.
Because
It's what we want, Jim. We want this analysis.
He wanted an exit, and he's done a deal with Donald Trump. Right? He's done
Boris has.
Boris Johnson's done a deal with Donald Trump to rule the world, and they're taking on the bald-headed Vladimir Putin, right? They're going to take him on. So that's how it all started.
The man with the hair.
Boris
got this deal.
Boris struggled with the Olympics. How's he going to go with the UK?
He's in a little bit of trouble, Boris, because he's got Donald Trump and Big Boris, the man, both guys with a sweep. Now, David Cameron on the back of it, as you said, JB, he's had to resign.
Yes.
He's got his beautiful wife,
right now?
Samantha, there watching on, looking for launch. So she'll be quite happy to get her husband back.
Who is he?
Just reading the paper.
Some of the impacts, guys, in our country alone. The dollar initially took a hit when it first came out. It went from 72 down to 71. It's now jumped up to 77.
Right.
77.
So you're going, Jim? That's
if
good.
you
we
play-
don't give us stuff?
No, some people have made a lot of money, Brian. Some people have lost a lot of money that pay the markets.
That's pretty normal with the markets.
Yeah, spot on. But 50 billion for all the people out there with your super. Super, we've lost
super advice.
We've lost 50 billion, Brian, in one day off the Australian stock market. 50 billion. Some of the stocks, for example, BHP, our strongest, and Rio Tinto, Rio Tinto.
Yes.
BHP dropped 7.9% and Rio Tinto 6.5%.
So this is the reaction to it, Spud. We're not getting any analysis.
No, well, what it is the trade. So Britain want to trade on their own. They don't want to. Don't want to be in a union, Brian. You know all about unions.
So do they still have the euro or not?
No, they do.
So is it pounds or euro
They
now?
got pounds, Brian. Let me finish. Britain want to trade on their own. They don't want to be caught up with Russia, this country, Czechoslovakia. Greece is absolutely knackered. They just want out and just do their own trading. The borders, Brian, it's very important. I've got to be very careful. They want just get the immigration lines a little bit harder.
They live on an island.
No, they do, Brian, but they just want to make sure that people come in and they just allow them to come in on their terms, not just the terms at the moment where willy-nilly you can swim across the channel and stay there. And that's what's been happening a lot.
Although Campbell Brown didn't make it.
No, he didn't make it at all. And I think, as I said, the Scottish are up in arms because they wanted to stay in. And so have I explained it well enough yet?
No.
It's clear as mud.
No, I haven't. No, it is.
So is Tony Blair still involved?
Tony Blair was 3 prime ministers ago. So a lot of people out there thought it was a laxative, Brexit, but it's not. But the facts are, Donald Trump, he is seriously
I don't know how you're shoehorning Donald Trump into this.
Just because he
Donald
flew
Trump's got
over
a lot
to
to
launch
do
a
with
golf
it.
course.
He's had a deal with
in
Boris
Scotland.
Johnson, mate, behind the scenes, and he's now gone to Vladimir Putin. We're out. He didn't want them to get out, and there's a big ego-driven...
Vladimir.
What's wrong? What's wrong, Warrior?
What about Boris?
Let's have a listen.
Boris Johnson?
Let's have a listen to Chris Judd, who actually his work is within the markets. Explained Brexit to us last night.
The pound's going to significantly drop,
Right.
Damo, so, potentially good for manufacturing out of the UK, but overall I think it could be a challenging couple of weeks on markets.
I'm going to London in October. Is the pound going to be... Where's it going to be in relation to the Aussie dollar at that point?
Yeah, pound's going to get crunched, so it'll be good for you.
So therefore,
Yeah,
in a sentence, Bud, he's told us what you've danced around for 4 minutes.
Mate, I said markets. I was a bit more long-winded. I wanted to give
Go on.
the punter out
The
there.
Wolf Pack.
Now, the pack, Teddy Wheeler, who has been the leader
Ted
and has
Lund-
been for a long time.
Well,
and
Teddy doesn't like me.
fair income, Spud. I think you missed the mark there. All I want to know, and I think he reflects to
Yeah.
the family, will it affect the odds on me quaddies and the VB price?
No, it won't. No, it won't in the short term, but if you're going overseas, it will, Teddy. It's as simple as that.
Spud.
What?
What was
I
that
think
about,
I-
Spud?
Well, why were you,
That's 5
why were
minutes
you
we'll
pounding
never
through
get back.
about 4 texts?
Well, Rowan White gave me a couple of bum steers, and another guy that I know is in the financial market. He's got
Right.
no idea.
What's Donald Trump got
what
to
year
do
did
with it?
Donald
get
Trump's got a lot to do with it.
He
See
flew
this
to
bloke here.
Scotland yesterday.
Boris Johnson and him have done a deal against old Vladimir. The Russian, the European
So it's a
Union.
conspiracy. Donald Trump's in on the Brexit.
It's not a. He is.
Oh.
He is.
Jim, come
He's,
on.
mate, he's got a big say in it. He's got so much clout, mate. He has impacted the stock exchanges all over the world, and our stock
What did you
exchange,
do when you left school, Spud?
Brian, it was like
Did
me
you
playing
just
on you.
Ass up and head down,
No, Brian,
plucking spuds?
what it is, when I played on you and give you one in the pills, that's what the stock exchange has taken in
I
Australia at
reckon
the moment.
you've sucked in too much red dirt from up there at Bungaree.
No, I haven't,
and it's
Brian.
affected the brain,
I
mate.
got it. I was
I'm
as
not
sharp.
Sure, I'm not sure any of that made any sense.
It did.
But I'll be brutally
The
honest.
PM's resigned.
For Coach, I thank you, Spud.
Boris Johnson, the
Sandra
ex-Lord Mayor, will
Sully.
be the Prime Minister.
The footy preview
And
for
Donald
Coach
Trump
Sire
stuffed it up.
And for McDonald's.
Sweep hair,
Yeah,
Kevin
give us a
Bartlett
body,
hairdo.
Triple M Rocks footy.
Got a hairdo like KB.